Alright, so here is part 3 of the cargo trailer to camper build. I haven't had a lot of time. I've been really busy with work, so I'm trying to catch up with doing the video blog that we're doing. What we have accomplished is the trailer has what they call a Galvalume roof, which is basically a galvanized metal roof, kind of like a trailer that you would have like in a mobile home park, whatever. And what I did was I bought fibered roof coating at the Home Depot, and I put one coat on already because the roof was well sealed, but most of the metal was still exposed. Galvanized metal will rust. We're here in South Florida. There is salt in the air, so I did get that done, and I'm going to do another coat this weekend. The last video you saw, we were working on the windows. We got the windows in, and we also worked on the graphics. So my cameraman today is my brother Robbie, which you saw in part 2.
Hey YouTube.
So basically what I did was I went on eBay. Like I said, eBay is my place to go. These graphics are from a Dodge Monaco motorhome. So we got the graphics on, and we did a little bit of extra custom work. We did the limited edition custom also. Well, I'm going to take you inside because I know I showed you the windows the last time, but I'm going to show you what we actually did to frame out the windows. So basically, like I said, the windows are shed windows or jealousy type windows. What we ended up doing was cutting the metal studs, and Robbie's going to show you what we did. We ended up cutting up the metal studs where they needed to be after you do the math based on what you're doing. We use hurricane straps, which happen to be 1 inch thick, which is the thickness of the wall, to hold everything in place. Also, obviously, now you can see, like, we have the walls down, we got the insulation board up. The walls are 1 inch thick. I could not find 1 inch insulation, so we ended up going with 3/4 inch insulation from Lowe's. Basically, I think it was like about $200 for the insulation, which is worth the money you spent because it's going to buy a lot. Today was 80-degree day with it closed up. 1 o'clock, it was 13 degrees warmer inside than it was outside, so it made a big difference. When I first bought the trailer, it was about probably 110 degrees in here, so the insulation did make a big difference. The one thing I didn't like about the windows that we bought was they come with these cranks. These cranks stick out about 3 inches. Way too much. That's asking for trouble. They're going to break. So I went online, found knobs that are going to work. Basically, the windows are 5/16 spline, and I found the cranks that are a much shallower depth. They're a knob instead of the crank handle. You're not going to get caught on them. You're not going to hit them because that would be a problem waiting to happen. So we got that done. The next thing that I had an issue with was, obviously, I said weight. My goal weight is under 2,000 pounds. So we went to the depot. Flooring was our next issue. We were looking at flooring. Obviously, plank flooring is not going to work because weight's the issue. So what we discovered was we were going to do the self-stick tile. We looked at a case of self-stick tile. Basically, what it needed like 3.5 boxes, which when I picked up one box was probably about 30 or 40 pounds. So we decided, well, that's not going to work. That's a lot of weight, and I'm not really a big fan of this self-stick tile. Anyway, so what we ended up doing was going with carpet. This is indoor-outdoor carpet. We did our boat in this. This works a whole lot better. Basically, I bought 2 rolls of it. It weighed probably about 15 pounds. And I did do vinyl in the front section, which is going to be obviously the entry and the bathroom area. But we probably saved ourselves about close to 100 pounds by doing it this way. So that's another factor to consider. So basically, I said we've got everything pretty much insulated. We've got the decals on the exterior. The next thing that we're going to do is work on the interior. The interior came as 3/8 plywood. We're going to go back and reframe or resurface the walls in 1/4" Luan. We're basically, I love Google. I Google it. We're probably going to save ourselves about 125 pounds going from 3/8 plywood to 1/4", which will be sufficient. If you wanted to use it as a cargo trailer, yeah, you need the extra thickness so that you can, bring your tractor in here or whatever. It's a camper. It's no different in your house. You're not going to be banging the walls, whatever. So we're going to gain a little bit of weight by doing that. And we're also going to add it to the roof. So I think we're going to save a little bit of weight here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take you outside. We're going to show you around the plumbing, electrical connections, etc. And actually, before we do that, we'll show you the interior part of what we did to get that accomplished. What I wanted to do is, this is the back side, which you won't see once the build is done. This is my outside shower, my water connection, and my electrical connections. So this is going to be where everything's going to be coming into. And the other thing you have to deal with is weight distribution. So that's the other thing. But we're going to show you the outside part of that. And we did the same thing. We framed it out in wood because since a trailer is only aluminum skin, you have to have something substantial to screw it to. You can't just cut a hole and screw it to aluminum, because if you push on it, it's got to have something rigid. So we did the same thing with those connections as we did with the windows. We framed them out, used hurricane straps, reinforced everything, so it's just pretty much as solid as it was when we bought the trailer. I do weld, but that would have added a lot more weight, a lot more issues, because the heat transfer would have made a problem with the paint. Because if I would have welded metal across here as close as the skin is, it would have been a problem. So that was what we had to deal with. So we're going to go outside and we'll show you the exterior and what it looks like and what we're doing. And actually, as we go, I'm going to show you, this is what I used for the roofing. I've had tons of campers, travel trailers, whatever. I have tried the rubber roof coating. The rubber roof coating is very, very thin. In my opinion, in order to really get a good coating, you would need like 6 or 7 coats. With this, in theory, 1 coat would have done it. I bought 2 gallons. I'm going to do an extra coat just under principle, but the rubber roof coating is not worth the money. So that is what I bought. It came from the depot, and it's very easy to apply, and it's got a lot of reflective abilities, and there's a lot of aluminum in it. It's kind of like a tar with the aluminum in it, so it gives you a really good roof coating, and you probably would have to do it maybe like every 4 or 5 years, in my opinion, to maintain it properly. So we're going to move around to the side, and I'll show you the exterior. So like I said, I'm going to be doing 30 amp service, so I have a big enough area where I can get my power cord out of here. Even with the 30 amp connection, I can run my cable in here. This is going to be my city water connection, and this is the outside shower. The outside shower came with a little holder, which this was actually down here. Obviously, it depends on your build, how it works out for you, but for me, that's where I mounted it. So for us, all I have to do is unroll the hose, and there you go, get your outside shower. And it's at a good height, and when you're done, you can wrap it up, put it away. So that is pretty much where we're at for this point. We're going to work this afternoon on the interior. We are doing 1/4 inch Luan. We got it from the depot. It is per se underlayment. It's got a very nice grain pattern. I'm probably going to be polyurethaning it and staining it, and that's going to reinforce the interior. And so that's pretty much it for part 3. Hopefully tomorrow we can get a little bit more of a video, and we're going to show you what we did on the roof. since my cameraman is over here, I'm going to show you what the roof looks like now. Alright, so here's what the roof looks like. Like I said, we did fibered roof coating all the way around. I'm waiting on the roof vent covers, the vent max air, so that I can leave the vents open if it is raining. They did, like I said, they did a nice job with the roof coating, but they did the seams. I wanted to make sure that this thing's not going to leak, and like I said, I'm going to do another coat. So that is it for this video. So please, thank you very much for the people that have subscribed, liked my videos, and please, if you do, like, subscribe, share, and God bless, and hopefully we'll have another video tomorrow.
God bless.
God bless.